Okay. Yeah, we're ready now. Let's go on over to the room. There it is. Crazy, we're getting raided. I can't believe it. We've got a pumpkin synth raid right at the beginning of the stream. Let's give a, I have to get in the habit of doing this. Let's do the shout out. Bracket cases, username, pumpkin synth. There we go. Join us in following Pumpkin Synth. Click that little heart button right there if you haven't already. Thank you for the raid. She was playing Pirate Doom 2, actually, which I've never played that one, but thank you for the raid. We're going to be doing our Killing Floor 2.0 stream today, the second in the series of Killing Floor streams. But I just got home. I'm kind of scrambling to get stuff together, but I think we are good. I got my water. That's the most important thing. And we got our stream prepped and ready to go. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday. We are almost at the end of August. We got a few days left, and then it's going to be September, which also means it's going to be Labor Day weekend. We are off Monday, just to let you know. Here's the Howie Scream nuclear bomb. Thank you for the sub, Love Knife. It's Labor Day weekend. Yep, there will be no work on Monday, so we get a nice 3-day weekend. I know some coworkers they take their PTO off on the Friday, so they can get like a 4-day weekend, get like extra time off. It's like that's the way to do it, is to like pick the holiday weekend to get extra time off. I don't know why. Shout out. Let me test this. I assume there's like a built-in like, yeah, like why is there a cooldown on the shout out on Twitch? It's really dumb. Or also, there we go. Shout out, Love X Stife. We're going to have a future Doom 3 collab also. We did one a couple weeks ago, and we were gonna like do like a guerrilla Doom 3 collab stream again yesterday. It's gonna be over on Love Knife's channel yesterday, but well, we both had to do like giga overtime work yesterday, so it was just kind of it would have been like super last second, and we just ended up not doing it. It was just fine. I ended up like working like crazy yesterday. I worked like all day, and then I got home, got like a food break, and then I just like worked on art for like the next like 3.5-4 hours basically. So I'm currently working on an art commission right now, actually, which I cannot say what it is exactly, but I will show it whenever it's done, which is pretty exciting. I've never had this type of art work type of thing done before. Just checked out when you got home. Yeah, I worked all day, and I got home and just went super hard on working also at home. Well, I had to send off an email that was work related, and then I worked on a commission afterward. Hello, Golden Cream, how's it going? But yeah, today we're going to be resuming the Killing Floor series of streams, basically. So I just got 8 items on Steam. I got all these stupid trading cards. Oh, they're peak. I got peak trading cards. Incredible. So I'm like, I see like Bing Bong, like Bing Bong, that's from Peak. It's like, oh, it's the trading cards. You know, like if you play a game and you don't have the trading cards in, yeah, it like checks your time played and then gives you like all the cards at once, basically. Yeah, Cliff. We're playing Cliff. It's just so Cliff. But yeah, it is Killing Floor time today. So the last stream, I think it was the last stream I did. We played Killing Floor 1.0, like the original release of Killing Floor, and it's not Killing Floor game, not the retail 2009 one by Tripwire. This is the Unreal Tournament mod. Yeah, KFMOD. That's how people differentiate retail Killing Floor from the mod version. Is when you say KF mod, you're referring to the UT mod of Killing Floor. That makes it kind of, distinctly stand out so you don't confuse people on which one you're talking about, basically. So there's a Killing Floor, and then there's a KF mod, basically. That's the easiest way to differentiate them, basically. But yeah, there's a lot of differences between KF mod and the retail Killing Floor 2, Killing Floor 3. And then in KF mod, there is the official release of KF mod, where the 1.0 version, there's 2.0 and there's 2.5. There's never a 3.0, unfortunately. But there's a lot of differences between these three versions. And I would say the biggest leap, actually, I would say, is probably going from 1.0 to 2.0. There is a huge aesthetical jump between the two versions, and I would say the gameplay is a lot more solidified, in the sense that I think it's starting to get more of its identity of what Killing Floor kind of is, basically. Whereas like 1.0 is like, I would say 1.0 has the foundations of like the wave defense and stuff like that. 2.0 is kind of at the point where I think Killing Floor starts to mechanically start to kind of have more of a glue, like holding it together, basically. 1.0 is kind of like, I would say it's similar to playing like the invasion mode from UT 2004, where it's kind of like, you just kind of kill enemies and get money between the rounds. It's very rough. I would say it's not super polished. Has some really cool aesthetics, vibes in there. It's got some cool weapons. But 2.0 is kind of where, based on my memory and a little bit of like play tested, it's kind of where you start to see like things that would kind of hold in all the later versions of Killing Floor are first kind of iterated in this version. Stuff kind of like the med syringe, where you can heal yourself, heal your teammate. The door welding system. The trader is a bit more refined. The shop's more refined. I'd say the weapons are also kind of closer to their final iterations as well, too. So it's like 2.0 is like a big iteration on 1.0. And some of the, like I said, basically some of the things you kind of see in like the final versions of Killing Floor are like first seen in this version, basically. And also the aesthetical change also is closer to how later versions would be as well. 1.0 is very much its own thing. And then when you go to 2.0 onward, it kind of holds the same general like aesthetic from that point on, basically. It would go through future iterations as well, but I would say 2.0 also marks that kind of beginning of like, this is the kind of like the, I wouldn't say like final, but it's like that, it's that primordial version of the final Killing Floor aesthetic, basically. First iteration of it. So thank you for the follow. How I feel back in the day when I was following the mod and saw 2.0. So I was still I was excited for 2.0, and I played it, and I still liked 2.0. I think it was a hindsight thing where like after playing a bit of 2.0, I maybe started to be like, oh, I kind of miss like how the aesthetic vibe kind of was in 1.0 a bit more, basically. But I still liked 2.0, and I do think that 2.0 does some really good things. One of the key things being that I think the enemy types are way more distinct in 2.0, where you can spot the enemies and more easily tell which enemy is what at kind of like a glance. I think they have more distinct silhouettes, and just the general like enemy distinction I think is just a lot better. Their designs are completely different. The backstory is different. That is no longer an infection. We now have like clone created specimens as opposed to like a virus, basically. It's not overly as grungy. The maps are, I would say it's cleaned up a bit, but it still has that 2000s kind of edge and grime to it a bit. It's just not as crazy, basically. If like 1.0 is like the grunge filter is at like 99%, this one's more like the grunge filter is at like 33%, basically. I want to say it's still there. It's just way less like overbearing in this version. So it doesn't have as much of a like gross, grimy, like really infected hellish kind of world feel. It still feels like apocalyptic and like grimy. It's just a little less so in this version, basically. And in later iterations, mainly 2.5, you'd see that griminess kind of get scaled back up a bit with all the texture work and kind of like vibe of the levels, basically the way the monsters look and whatnot. But it never goes back to the 1.0 kind of intensity ever again. I say unfortunately because like I love the 1.0 vibe, but I think he still has something very distinct going on with the 2.0 version onward. I think there's a lot good here still, basically. I was gonna pull up just so you have like freaking Windows, so you have that kind of like reference we can immediately like go off of. I'm gonna pull up what 1.0 looked like again. Here's a picture here of a screenshot that I think I took this screen. I can't remember if I took this screenshot. I don't remember if I took this screenshot, or maybe I just pulled this off YouTube or something. But that's how 1.0 looks. Very, very sharpened, very grimy. This isn't even like the most grimy example of 1.0. Actually, I have another picture too I can pull here too. Here's another one. This one right here. Yeah, this gives you a really good feel here of what Killing Floor 1 looked like, where it's like, this is downtown West London, which we will be seeing again today. And it's just like everything just looks just like covered in grime and rust and disgusting, basically. It looks like it's hell on earth, basically. This is literally hell on earth, basically. That's how 1.0 feels. So it's not gonna quite feel like that from this point onward, but yeah, we'll just jump in and directly compare, actually. Gonna boot up 2004. So I've already play tested a little bit to make sure that it works. It seems to be working fine, I would say, but you never know once we get on OBS and whatnot what's gonna happen. Yeah, that is Unreal Tournament. Okay. Go over to the user mods. Yeah, we got 1.0 and 2.0. It's got the same picture. So 1.0 is survival horror theme multiplayer total conversion. 2.0 is just co-op survival horror. Activate. All right, 2.0. Killing Floor co-op survival horror. Unfortunately, can't see that banner. Oh, is this grabbing? There we go. All right. So immediately the menu's different. We got the same song. My memory of Killing Floor is I actually really like this menu a lot here. Like in my mind over the years, this menu background right here for like the blood, the hand, like the smoking gun, the shell casing, like this is like the menu of Killing Floor to me. This is what I remember the most over the years. Like 1.0 has a different menu, and 2.5 also has a different menu, but like this one right here always stuck in my mind over the years as like the most memorable kind of main menu for Killing Floor. See what our audio levels are at. To me, the music sounds a little low, but I don't know how it is for you guys. So let me know if it's like too low or too high. It's okay, but what? Maybe slightly loud could be fine. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's a little on the low end. Gotta start the song over every time I click it, and then once we're actually in a match, I might have to readjust it. But it seems like based on what I've tested, also the sound issues don't seem to be as drastic in this version too. I think there's a bit of more stability and bug fix and stuff like that in this version. There are some bugs I've run into as well when I was testing, but nothing too bad. Where's our characters? The character model is like offset. Oh, we have new character models here, which you can only see the top of their heads here. This is the old portraits from Killing Floor 1.0, but they have completely new models, so these don't match here. Here are the cute anime girls. Here's your cute anime girl, which they can't even see her. Now, this guy's supposed to have a red... There's like a bug where I think the UVs are on like the wrong texture or something, but he'll have a red beret here, and it's for some reason using the UVs like from his outfit here. I think this is fixed in a later version here. Yeah, you can see the top of her head perfectly. I think this one here is like modeled after the creator of the mod here. Will be generic soldier. So unfortunately, there's no campaign in this version. This version is multiplayer, and that's it basically. He didn't remake the single player, which I mentioned in previous streams, likely because he would have to redo like all the assets over again basically and rebalance and whatnot. And Killing Floor is meant to be a multiplayer game, not a single player, so unfortunate, but it is missing here. The menu's a little bit more streamlined here too, I think. We only got 1, 2, 3, 4 maps as well. We don't have the sewers anymore. Sewers is gone. We'll just do the skilled game mode. Go ahead and start it up. New loading screens. So, start the first map again, Biotics Lab. I think this menu here is new in this version. I'm pretty sure in 1.0 it just jumps straight into the game. Now we have this, if you're familiar with retail Killing Floor, this should look actually pretty familiar here, that we have this little starting screen where you got your players waiting here, got a little description. You can add bots in here too. From what I remember, the bots are not that great in this. I feel like I would probably just be adding difficulty by putting bots in. I'm pretty sure it makes it where you have to fight more Zeds and whatnot, so... or specimens in this version. So, cool. You can chat in here. And we are, Biotics Lab again. And we actually have a little timer now. You have a bit of, I guess, time to kind of run around the map. I don't think you can really make it to the trader at this point. You can have enough time really to get to them and buy stuff. This might be a little bit loud now, I feel like. Put it down to like here. So the game audio is a little loud too, I think. Let's play the Unreal Tournament menu music. Might still be a little loud. Try that. Music's pretty low. Does it still seem low? So now we have, that's the bloat. He now has vomiting. He did not have that in the 1.0 version. It seems clean compared to 1.0. Yeah, the aesthetics are very different here. We now have the, like, naked, infected, like, clone zombies. The weapons are redone. For some reason, I can't switch weapons by clicking. I have to, like... Oops. Okay. Q is the grenade button. Okay. Alright, let's start it over again. I'm trying to get a hold of the controls here. So what I thought was the heal button is actually the grenade button, so I just blew myself up. Aesthetically, it looks decent. Yeah, like, I still think this is cool. It's definitely got, like... There's a griminess to it still going on, but it's definitely not as, like, just covered in, like, rust and gore and blood everywhere. Now we start with, we have a knife and a 9mm instead of starting with a bullpup. So the bullpup's role, I think, has changed a little bit. I just picked this bullpup on the ground. I think you can't pick ammo up unless you have the weapon, like, equipped, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I missed the grind, but I think this is cool, too. I think the layout of Biotics Lab has changed a little bit. There's another bullpup there. Oh, this is still blocked off here. Okay. starting to look like the killing floor you play. Yeah, like this is a lot closer to like later iterations of killing floor. There's also like a noise filter over the screen. It has like a, gives it kind of like a Silent Hill 2 or 3 kind of look. Bullpup is a lot better in this version. Like I would say in general, guns I think are buffed quite a bit. And Bloats Now Vomit, they explode on death. That is new. And there's also more distinct, like getting headshots is a lot more noticeable, I would say. Easier to get headshots, and their heads will pop off. They don't die, though. Like when you take their head off, they will keep attacking you until you finish them off. So they can be headless and survive, basically. I think they do function at kind of like a nerfed kind of state, though, if they don't have their head. Like they move slower, they're like a little bit stupider. Okay, this is very difficult, actually, compared to 1.0. The Biox Lab is a very claustrophobic map. So I feel like in general the damage dealt by enemies is a bit higher. There's a hand cannon here. Bullpup still here. I'm gonna run back and grab that bullpup ammo. Thank you for the water. Yeah, so there's a comment like MOD2.0 when the Patriarch was going to get added to Killing Floor. Like there's a comment where someone's like, they're like, the game is just, it's so hard as it is. How could you add a boss to it? It's already so difficult. We can barely even get past like the 5th wave. This is ridiculous. And also, the welder was added in this version too. Unfortunately, I can't use the numeric keys to switch weapons. I have to scroll wheel everything. Like that's a bit of a downgrade unless there's some way I can like bind them. But by default, the number keys are little like voice commands basically, and I have to use the scroll wheel to like switch weapons. So I have to like scroll through these weapons a little bit difficult. So I'd say the general like quality of assets is much higher here. These models are much higher poly. I'd say they're textured better in terms of like their overall like, you know, fidelity basically. Better animations, better models. We still have the weird motion blur when you get hit. We now have the med syringe, so you can self-heal instead of have to get the med kit item. We have 2 attacks with the knife. We got the fast swings. Then you have this nice kind of overhead stab attack. There's also closer to later versions that would add alt fires. Some hand cannon ammo. Oh, there's another 9mm here. Got the dual 9mm. Quads still cannot grab in this version as well. Yeah, there's little like smoke effects. Like we got some like fog coming out of the pipes here. There is, again, like I mentioned, there's a sort of like film grain kind of overlay. It's very Silent Hill-y looking. I feel like the pathfinding is also improved on a lot of the enemies as well. It feels like they can actually reach you a bit easier. These are kind of just like immediately cuts. So trader is, I think there's only 1 trader in this version. You can also go down here now. This door was added. So the map's been expanded a little bit. But the trader's always like a 1 static, and here she is the trader. She has a name. I can't remember what her name is, but instead of a locker, we have an actual like person as trader. Similar inventory. as before. I'm gonna sell the bullpup because there's another one I can go grab over there. Get some armor. Oh, actually didn't have as much time as I thought to. And unfortunately, the bullpup has despawned. Should be fine with dual 9mm and grenades. Oh, when you buy armor, it only gives you half a stack of armor. Interesting. Oh, the stalkers are here. Now, stalkers are now invisible. In 1.0, the stalkers were not invisible. They were just really fast. I feel like this is still the best place to hold, also. It's funny because like this would still be true like in retail killing floor. Like the meta of this map is basically holding like this kind of like a containment tubes area basically. It's very hard to see the stalkers. I'm kind of like preemptively shooting at spots where I think they might be standing. Still seems to be a bit of a hit stun effect when you melee enemies. I don't know if ranged weapons do hit stun. Also, yeah, the final, even like the retail version of Killing Floor, you can see these clots in these tubes in this area in the map. And I think they still have like the like 2.0 or 2.5 variant of their models like in the tubes. Like they literally just reused this asset right here. You get 40 seconds to buy. Not a whole lot of time to buy, but it gives you a little bit. I think that difficulty might affect how much time you're given to shop as well. Yeah, so you can buy armor. It comes at 2 stacks. I'm curious if I cancel, does it? It doesn't eat your money anymore. Okay, so that bug is fixed. You don't have to hit complete. That's cool. Don't have enough. Let's get some hand cannon ammo. I do remember playing, when I played this when I was younger as well, I do remember like holding down here with groups was actually like a decent area to defend as well. The door opens sound you recognize? Yeah, I've heard it somewhere. Might be a stock sound of some sort from Dayatex, maybe. Thank you for the follow. I feel like the hand cannon's rate of fire might be increased in this version. Having to scroll wheel through weapons is pretty rough. So the grenade has a long animation. Takes a long time to get a grenade out to throw. Oh, I might be dead. I think the armor just saved me. I feel like the player moves a bit slower in this version too. That's interesting. So it feels like a lot. This version, the player has been kind of like de-powered, basically. Like you're a bit. I feel like you're a bit more vulnerable in this version. I want to get the shotgun. Also, damn, money. Money is hard to come by as well. Seems like. I feel like I'm Does it actually give you ammo? Oh. Seems like when you buy a weapon, actually has you filled up with ammo already. Unfortunately, I can't pause. It's hard to read chat. So thank you for the follow. Oh god, the recoil on this shotgun. We got the gore fast here. It's a bit more distinct looking in this version. Oh, they're all stuck right there. Oh, I think they're attacking the door, actually. Gorefasts are really tanky. Yeah, Stalker got me. Yeah, this is hard. This is definitely harder than 1.0. I'm curious how good melee is in this also. So 1.0 is like... the meta is just like get a fire axe, basically. I feel like Biox Lab is just a hard map too. I'll try Manor. I'm determined to at least beat a map, but I remember like this mod being very difficult to actually win matches in. Is No More Room in Hell a mod? Yes. That is a Source Engine mod for Half-Life 2. So Manor is... this version of Manor is a lot closer to its later iterations. The 1.0 version was very, very, very open, and to me it felt like an unfinished map, basically. This version's a lot more, I would say, detailed, has more distinct areas, and just seems a lot more complete than its last iteration. There's another pistol here. This ammo respawns pretty fast. But the flip side is it... oh, right. Can't stand on the explodies. Can't pick up ammo if it's for a weapon you don't have, unfortunately. It's like bullets in retail as well. It's like popping their head's very important, so you don't want them to vomit on you. Curious if them exploding hurts other zombies. It's not the weird janky like physics barrels around. And you have the you move faster with the knife. I can't remember if 1.0 had this as a feature, but it feels very, very prominent in this version, like in KF Retail, where you really want to pull out your knife if you want to move fast. Like, even a 9mm slow you down. Is that a body armor? Yes, it is. Yeah, this version, they don't die when you shoot their head off. That was added later. But it does kind of, it kind of nerfs them when their head's removed. Feels like they move slower and they don't have like their special abilities and whatnot. The Trader's a bit of a run on this map, so we're gonna do the classic tactic of leave one enemy alive and run to the end. Also, the sky looks much better in this version. We got this cool kind of like silhouette skybox here, and you don't have like the weird like dome looking thing at the top of the sky. It's interior, the manor. So not as gritty as previous version, but still looks pretty cool. There's like a room here. This must just be like a... Interesting. It's just like a zombie spawn entrance here, I guess you can weld. That's not in later versions. Interior's looking pretty similar to later iterations of Manor. So what I kind of mean about like this version of 2.0, it's like it has all the like kind of like groundwork for the later iterations of Killing Floor. Yeah, this is 2006 when this version came out. It was like 1 year after 1.0. Okay. Dual 9mm is actually pretty powerful. Instead of the baseball bat, we now have... It still says bat, but it's a pipe. I'll buy it. Give it a shot. And you know what? I'm a bullpup fan. Let's use a bullpup. Yeah, it gives you full ammo when you buy the weapon. That's actually really nice. Yeah, I still have the atmosphere. You can hear the music during the shot point. Like, we now have the system where music will swap between buying and the wave defense, basically. You got the action music during combat, and then you got, like, the atmospheric music during the, you know, the downtime when you're buying weapons, basically. They reuse the music from the single-player portion. So you use during the sort of like buying section of this map. You can kind of see the groundwork here. Bullpup this is a trash clearing weapon basically, and it's like it seems kind of weak, and it maybe is, but compared to other weapons, it's like this is working pretty well for like just killing clots basically. It's good for popping off their heads. The grenade, the time of like pulling out the grenade is really, really slow. The stalker's hurt. I still got the hit stun on melee. That's very nice. We still have the system, it seems like, of when you're low health, you move slower. But luckily, you can actually heal yourself now. And I think like the system of healing your teammates being more efficient, I don't know if that's present in this version or not, but I feel like it would be. Yeah, I dumped like all my bullpup ammo, like, really fast. Seems like he doesn't want to follow me, unfortunately. Sometimes our pathfinding does kind of break. I like this, the pipe model, the textures looks really nice on this. Oh, he just died on his own. I think it still has a system, like, if they get, like, stuck on the other side of the map, they'll just kind of die automatically. You can see on the right now, you can see your weight limit as well, that big bar going up. Metal pipe. Yeah, bullpup seems okay, but it runs out of ammo. I'll do the Winchester. The classic here, got the lever action gun. You can also aim now with this one. That's a little bit weird. A little buggy. I'm not sure why it does that exactly. Didn't have enough money to buy a full armor. Yeah, you really gotta watch out for the stalkers in this. Yeah, like that, man. You cannot see them. Holy crap. They ripped my armor in half and almost killed me, like, right there. I feel like they have a bit of struggle with their pathfinding getting into this cave here. Which might end up making this one of the better areas to hold. Right, one shot will kill the stalkers. The Winchester. So they didn't want to call it Winchester in later versions, probably due to copyright. Yeah, hit stun's super strong on this. Curious how good the fire axe is. Fire axe is like meta in 1.0. I feel like this is the way, as long as there's not like a bloat, this is the way to go. Just melee them. But you get a bit of nice kind of like area of effect, and there's a bloat there. I feel like this is the spot to hold, because it doesn't seem like they want to spawn behind you. If you're standing kind of at the top, and their pathfinding is a little bit rough getting down in here. Yeah, wow. Armor is so expensive. And eventually you'll be dealing with flesh pounds. Is 2.0 easier or harder than 1? So far, I haven't figured it out fully yet, but I think this is harder than 2.0. Or sorry, than 1.0. His stun's very consistent. Let's give him a grenade for fun. Boom. I feel like the grenade's a bit nerfed in this version, but they also no longer take up weight, and you don't have to pull the grenade out. You get a quick grenade now. That's a new feature. The Gorefests have like a kind of like, it's almost like a bio, like an organic like blade arm. It's like, I like the designs of the specimens in this version. It's like they have this kind of like uncanny kind of look to them, where it's like they're cloned humans and they have this kind of like, no, they don't have the infected look. They have like this just really weird, kind of uncanny look to them that I really like. Like, I even feel like the retail versions of the Killing Floor Zeds don't even have this kind of vibe to them fully. Did you see more bright and noticeable? Yes. And I feel like they're more distinct looking in this version than 1.0. Enemies felt as grimy as the environment. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Alright, so I'm finding out melee is still very strong in this version. It's that hit stun, really does it. Let's try the axe. Yeah, when I was growing, I never played melee growing up. I always like just wanted to shoot the zombies basically, but coming back to it now, it's like, wow, it is very strong. Because you don't have to worry about buying ammo, and the hit stun is just very consistent. We still don't have perks in this version as well. I feel like the iron sight's a little bit off center. You can hear the stalkers coming to you also, like... Alright, very slow wind up on the axe. Definitely more damage. She's kind of stuck on a weird spot there. I don't think it tells me like what wave I'm on. Oh, wave 5, okay. The axe is very strong. It seems like the chainsaw is gone in this version also. I don't know if I could do like the grouping hits as much. Like the kind of like drags. It feels like it's more like just a sweep basically with like one hit. Like I don't do the kind of same type of like drags with the melee. And Gorpad's are really tanky. Yeah, I still got music from, this is still also same music as in 1.0. This song, I believe, is still used in the retail version of Killing Floor as well. It doesn't have the little like movie sample at the beginning of the song though, unfortunately, in the retail version. I'm doing good. How are you, Mug? Playing Killing Floor 2.0. KFMOD 2.0. So I don't know if the flesh pounds and the scrakes come in like the same waves like they do in the retail version, but we're about to hit wave 6, which is usually scrake wave. There's a law, 600, crossbow as well. I have internet issues. That's the worst. And hopefully the crossbow is actually usable in this version. 1.0 was broken. It's a very Japanese first-person RPG PAL, like early 2000s Kingsfield. Yeah, like has like a like the PS2 Kingsfield kind of look almost. Makes me think of that, and also like definitely Resident Evil 4. At least this map here is very RE4 looking to me. Oh, got a siren? Okay, in this version, sirens will blow your grenade up whenever they scream, which is very, very bad. The siren's new in this version. Oh, battery like hit me while he was turning around. What? I don't know where the siren went. My grenade might have killed her. Oh, there's the siren there. There's 2 of them actually. The siren adds in an interesting dynamic here where it makes meleeing risky and throwing grenades risky. Yes, the siren scream is still in the retail version. It's the same exact sound sample. So is the stalkers, like their death sounds. Yes, sirens. So they blow up your grenades. I think they blow up wall rockets too, if I remember correctly. And same death sound. There's a nice like really weighty feel to this version. I think it just had to do with like his animation style as well, the way his guns feel. They feel very weighty compared to like retail Killing Floor. Gorefests are really tanky. I think the sirens make your character's head kind of twirl a little bit too. Yeah, definitely have a little bit of pathfinding issues. It's made defending this spot fairly easy. Still have like head spin. It must be a glitch. I have like permanent head spin from the siren. So that's siren waves. We don't have scrakes or flesh pounds yet, which is making me nervous. Power. Let's go hunting shotgun. So it's only got one shell in here, but I'm sure it's just always going to fire the double shot on reload. See how strong the hunting shotgun is, because I feel like it'll be... Whoops. My muscle memory says Q is my self-heal, not grenade. I need to rebind those probably. Yeah, I love this song just like stopping the moment the wave ends. It's kind of funny. You hear the specimens doing like kind of the classic like zombie join us. I love that reload animation. It's very satisfying. Alright, doing the hunting shotgun. Ooh. That's nice. Yeah, we got like bullet pen now with the shotgun as well. Feels like. Look at that. That is crazy. Hunting shotgun is still great. Get out of here. Yeah, I can't tell if like it's effective to do like drags with the axe or not. If I just like not even bother doing that. Ow. Feels like they're more... The damage-wise, they're not hurting that bad, but they're more of like a disorienting enemy. Okay, it definitely seems proximity-based. The closer you get, the more it hurts. Hey, Saya. God, using this scroll wheel is killing me. Really don't like using scroll wheel to switch weapons. Got a couple of grenades. I think I'm good on hunting shotgun ammo. Yeah, I got like 20 reloads with this still. Oh, yeah, I don't like scroll wheel. Well, 8 grenades. It's a lot of grenades you can hold, so they definitely feel like... I think you balance the grenades to where they don't take weight anymore, and you can hold more of them, but they're weaker, basically. Also, look, crawlers. Crawlers came in pretty late. There's a crawler. They're kind of janky looking here. Siren's design's very different in this version too compared to the retail version. They still have kind of the... Ow, it hurts your armor, too. Let's see if I can get a cheeky grenade off here. They have the straitjacket motif, but they're not quite as, like, ugly looking like the retail version sirens. A scroll wheel is fine if you only have 2 weapons, but if you're scrolling through like 5 weapons, it's a pain. Oh my god. This crawler. They have kind of like the fur motif kind of thing going on here. The retail version of the crawlers, they're less humanoid and they're more like bug looking. Let's save my ammo. If I remember correctly, they're also a pain in the ass to hit up on the ground if you're trying to melee them. But we'll try it out. Not too bad. It seems like you get a little bit of a money chunk at the end of the round too. I feel like budgeting is very, very hard in this version of the game. We're wave 8 now. I don't know if it's 10 rounds still. We've not seen a Scrake or a Flesh Pound yet. Just a little spooky. Need some hunting ammo, get some of that. And let's top off the armor, because why not? You can also sell the armor too, for whatever reason you want to do that. It's regular shotgun shells. Oh, look at the blood going crazy there. I think the blood trails are like overlapping too much. Kind of like a weird overlay effect there. I see, it's consuming 2 ammo when you actually shoot it. Double sirens there. That's one of the things that will kill you in normal, like killing floor retail. Fastest way to die is double sirens. It goes through your armor. Seems like they actually, yeah, they damage your armor in this version, so I don't know if the armor is absorbing the damage. I assume it is, which makes them like eat up your armor, but maybe it saves you better. If sirens damage is like insane. Wave 9. Still no Scrakes or Flesh Pounds. I do like the system that retail Killing Floor did where the trader will move around the map that basically discourages you from doing for what I'm doing, where you're just sitting in one spot in the map. You find your one spot and you just hold there all match. Moving the trader around makes it where you sometimes have to hold up in different locations because of how much time it takes for you to get around the map. I think that's a really good change. Okay, there are Flesh Pounds. I think in this version, I don't know if they have the raging system or not. I'm going to assume they do. Maybe they don't. But they have trouble pathfinding too. Maybe they don't in this version. They have the little like yellow light motif there, but I don't think it does anything in this version. So they're more like the kind of 1.0 flesh pound functionality. That's a lot of that's a lot of flesh pounds though. Yeah, they don't seem to have any raging in this version. Give you a lot of money on kill though, which is very nice. Okay, so let's see if they hit stun. I don't think they hit stun, so they're pretty much like the 1.0 iteration of them, it seems like. You have to angle the axe a certain way to kind of hit them in the head. Kind of aim up a little bit. Oh, okay, we won. That was just 10 waves. Where was the Scrake? I didn't see any Scrakes. Very interesting. It wasn't even hard. Yeah, I think it's just the I found like the spot in the map. Also, like there's the helicopter that flies down. I can't remember, is that in the retail killing floor, the helicopter like landing down here? There it is. Helicopter. Battle axe. It's like it's just axe, but he added the word battle to it. That's kind of funny. So here we have West London and Killing Floor 2.0. Definitely a lot cleaner than the 1.0 iteration, but layout-wise, it is, again, not that much different from the retail version of Killing Floor. Got the church here. Still got the cool, like the cross in here. It's like 28 days later. Nope, found their double 9mm. I love these light shafts here. They're so nice coming through here. Hello, Debuta. How you doing? Yeah, 2.0 is very interesting. It's kind of this like in-between one where it's like it's aesthetically changed a lot from 1.0, but it has a little bit of 1.0's gameplay, like I guess kind of like the less robustness to its gameplay, kind of like a 1.0 is still kind of here. But it's aesthetically a bit closer to like 2.5 in the retail version of Killing Floor. I just woke up. It's interesting, like, all the flesh pounds, like, they don't spawn until you get the wave 10, and it's, like, suddenly a million flesh pounds. Though there is a different difficulties. I do feel like that, the difficulty is a big contributor as well of, like, what is spawning per wave. You want to experiment with is, can I melee this and not get hurt? Yes, you can. I was afraid that the explosion was going to, like, hurt me. I like this stab attack on the knife. It feels very good. Like I said, like I like his animations, the way his guns and weapons feel. There's like animation, like modeling style. I like it a lot. It feels very different from the retail version. It has this more kind of weightedness to it that the retail version doesn't have, I feel like. It has very stylized animations too. Oh, I still got the vomit off, bastard. So in this version, they are specimens. They are clones, basically. They're not zombies. I mean, they're zombies, but they're not infected zombies, basically. A little bit hit stun on the fast swing. The knife I just take. Yeah, he saw the future and stole it from CS2, of course. Ow, man, they do a lot of damage. Knife is definitely way better than the fists were so bad in 1.0. I want to get around this guy. There's a Winchester I can pick up. Let's see if I can get it. I am not spending money on Counter-Strike knives, no way. Yeah, the knife's actually not bad in this version. It seems like the weapons, like, they randomly switch also. I can't remember where the shop is. I'm going to assume the police station. Yeah, well, stuff like, I think it does like a trace check to see if you're like, if you can like see this physically. The trader might be here, maybe? Or it might be in the police station. I don't remember where. Maybe it's in the church. I don't remember where the trader is in this version. Let's see. Oh, she's there. Okay. Let's grab some armor. Yeah, bat's not too bad in this version. A pipe. It's low weight. Hit stuns enemies. Might actually use this. I think the axe is definitely better, but the bat is really not bad in this version either. Bat wasn't bad in 1.0 either, but it just felt inferior to the axe, because the axe is just so, like, crazy strong. Can't tell, you move faster. The knife versus the bat. I feel like the movement speed is the same. How many weapons are available? We got, so there's the pistol, the knife, the bat. Call the bat as a pipe in this version. The pipe, the axe, hand cannon, which is the Desert Eagle, Winchester lever action, the bullpup, the pump action shotgun, the hunting double barrel shotgun, the crossbow, the law rocket launcher. You got frag grenades. And let me think if there's anything else. I think that might be it. You got the med syringe and the, well, they're going to count those as weapons too. I think that's one of my previous comments. I think the bullpup's still pretty rough in this version. Runs out of ammo too quick and doesn't kill things very fast. I think the bullpup's better in this version, but it's not good either still. The stalkers cannot go invisible when their head's missing. So I got the weird, the physics objects here blocking enemies as well. Make little barricades. I feel like he had like some idea of like, oh, it's like, I'll put these here and have them function kind of like barricades, but they're very janky and potentially broken. When do I like the bullpup? I don't feel like the bullpup is ever good until maybe Killing Floor 1, whenever they buff the hell out of it, basically. I remember it not being great in 2.5 either, but it's also better in 2.5 than 1.0 and 2.0. So he keeps getting buffs, basically, like in every iteration. The bullpup in 1.0, though, at least serves a purpose of, like, it's basically your pistol. It's a weapon that you start with it, you use it till you're out of bullets because you need to use it on wave 1 to basically survive, and then you sell it for money. So it has a purpose to it. I feel like it's very weird here also. It has, like, the scope's missing, but it still has, like, the rail mount for the scope, which is kind of funny. How much does it cost to refill? Damn, it's fucking expensive too to refill it. I was gonna say like maybe it's just a really cheap, like affordable weapon to use, but no, it's like very expensive to reload it too. Oh, there has to be some purpose to it. Maybe I'm just stupid. I've never figured out the practical application of the bullpup, but it just doesn't feel like a very practical weapon. It costed like 100, 150 or so to refill it. Because you like the noise. Yeah, it has a strange sound in this version. Like, you can't pop heads with it. Like, it's not too bad for that, but popping their heads in this version doesn't actually kill them either. Like, it's not bad for that. You can pop, like, bloats heads really quick with it. Pop the Gorepass head off, too. Yeah, it might be. The purpose of it is, just head popping, basically. It feels like the most consistent weapon at popping their heads off. Like, I feel like there has to be there's gotta be something to it, you know? I'm getting stuck. Oh, they can break it. They're destructible. Interesting. Yes. Excuse me. Yeah, the action of the bullpup's way better in this version. It actually hits in the center of your screen as opposed to being like a shotgun spread. Like before, even if you scoped in, like you'd not be hitting where you're aiming at. These assets look great. But still, I'd say the city environment, just these meshes with a nice, like, hell, even like the flags are like blowing in the wind. I don't think Retail Killing Floor has the wind blowing on those. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, maybe we've found the purpose of the bullpup. Maybe I shouldn't sleep on it too much. And this is just 1 year from 1.0 to 2.0, and I feel like there's definitely a significant upgrade in the quality of the assets overall. You can feel like you could tell he improved basically. I think you weld this thing here too. Yeah, the flags are, they look like just hand-animated meshes. There's also a lot closer to the, like, final version of, like, Retail Killing Floors sort of layout of West London. That's what I love about Killing Floor 1 is, like, so much of Killing Floor 1 is just literally this game, basically. It is like he just laid all the groundwork for Killing Floor, and they essentially just remade his game with, like, newer assets and, you know, like, a lot of polish, basically. Yeah, this is the head remover weapon. I have to remember to actually kill them, though, after removing their head. definitely like click your shots. Don't spray. It saves your ammo because it dumps the ammo fast. That's the last enemy there. Oh, there's a Halo ad up there. Yeah, I'll read that in a minute whenever I come back here. I instinctively want to shoot them and then like wait for them. Oh, there's armor here. I want that. I instinctively want to shoot their head and then like run away, knowing that they're gonna die in a minute, but they don't. I want to try the shotgun again. The hand cannon seems okay in this version. When I was using it, like it wasn't like bad, but it seems a little bit maybe underpowered. I kind of felt the same about the normal shotgun too when I was using it in the bio labs. But I feel like there's got to be some practical use for all these weapons. Let's see if something spawns here again. Oh, seems to be on like some sort of timer. It is. Enhanced graphics, support for internets, drive a car more, excitement story, lowest common denominator 3. Damn. He was trashing on Halo like in its heyday. Honestly based. Shotgun still has the functionality where you have to hold right click or hold R to reload it. What the hell is that spin? And so it's like one. Not sure where to hold the shotgun exactly. Yeah, Gorfats are like super tanky. 3 shotgun shells a kill a Gorfast, kind of crazy. Yeah, the normal shotgun feels a little underwhelming to me. It doesn't have like the penetration like the later variants have. It pretty consistently kills clots in one shot. I don't think you really get the pen from it. It's not that good on Gorfat. You have to shoot 3 times, so you're gonna like get whacked. That's very bad on Gorfast. You're better off just freaking batting a Gorfast. I almost feel like I like the bullpup more than the shotgun in this version. Never gotten Halo any sort of Halo fans. Yeah, I was pretty annoyed by Halo fans back in the day, but I was also a Half-Life fan, and I would be on like Half-Life communities and would have Halo fans would like to raid like Half-Life forums and try to be like, Half-Life sucks, Halo's where it's at, like kind of thing. Oh, the perks actually came in 2.5. So perks, like the kind of class system type of thing, that actually came in the later version of the Killing Floor mod. It'd be the next version, 2.5, that would introduce that. Do I have dual 9mm? No voice lines. I don't think I do yet. I don't know, we'll keep... Wait, did I not buy armor? I forgot to hit complete, that's why. Yeah, so the perk system's interesting. I have some mixed feelings on the perk system versus how it was in this version, because the thing I think is cool is that the strength of the weapon is just completely based on the weapon's sort of just base statistics, basically. So you don't have any sort of like reliance on like a weapon being better or worse based on like what class you're playing, basically. It is purely just that weapon, base stats alone, which allows you to sort of define your role just based on your loadout and the weight system, basically. So the reason why I think it's kind of cool is that it makes it where, like, if you're playing, like, you know, if you have the bullpup and you're sort of on, like, I don't know, like stalker duty or trash clearing duty, you have extra weight to, like, buy other weapons too that you know, allow you to kind of mix and match, like, what your kind of role is a little bit, basically, as opposed to being sort of like railroaded and purely defined on, like, your class system, basically. So when you have, like, the commando and, like, Killing Floor Retail, well, you play commando, you are just assault rifle guy, basically. You're going to use the bullpup and the AK or the SCAR or whatever, and you're never going to use, like, any, like, off-perk stuff, basically. At least the way, like, they kind of went more in a direction into, like, later Killing Floor. I'd say that's even further kind of railroad with, like, Killing Floor 2 and whatnot, because the perk system at least had a little bit of leeway aside just the weapon you're using, but it would also give you stuff like at least in, like, Killing Floor 1, you would get reload speed for any weapon, not just the assault rifle that you're using, basically. I'm a little bit jumbled up on, like, how to word this exactly because I'm kind of distracted, but basically, what I'm trying to say is that, like, I kind of like that in this version, it's kind of like your role is defined by your loadout and not necessarily by your perk. And how they later do it with, like, Killing Floor 1 and KFMOD is that there are benefits to the perks that aren't necessarily just getting more power with, like, the weapon, basically. It's not just like, oh, you pick commando, you are just you do more assault rifle damage. It's like you'd actually gain some benefits from weapons across the board that aren't just the weapon type that you're supposed to use, basically. So even when he first, like, introduced perks to the game and in the Killing Floor Retail, there's still a little bit of leeway for you to kind of diversify and use different like, kind of off-perk weapons, basically. Yeah, like global buffs, basically. So I think when they started to kind of, like, let's try the crossbow also. When they started to, like, add more weapons, like more on-perk weapons, that started to make it where you're more kind of like, oh, you have to use only the on-perk weapons, basically, because you're kind of trolling by not doing so. Like when they added, like, the SCAR and the AK-47 to the commando, it kind of made it where, like, no longer are you basically having extra weight slots to use weapons that aren't commando weapons? Because before you just had the bullpup, that was it. You are commando, you only have the bullpup, and there's no other weapons. But what that did was it gave you room to use stuff kind of like, yeah, you could have a hand cannon, or you could have, like, a shotgun, or you could use, like, other weapons, basically, that weren't necessarily commando weapons, but you also gained reload speed for all weapons globally. Okay, I'm in a pretty bad spot here. Power pit stun. Oh, God. Yeah, I was in a really bad spot. Unfortunate. Got the wave 7. I think holding this particular area is pretty bad because they spawn basically on both ends at the same time. Or offices. So yeah, basically, at Retail Killing Floor 1, you would have the bullpup. That's the only weapon you would gain any buff from in terms of damage value. But you would also gain, yeah, global, like, reload speed. You could see stalkers. And so what it let you do is you had room to... You could grab, like, a shotgun, or you could grab, like, a hand cannon, or a lever gun, and whatnot. And it let you kind of be, like, this kind of, like... I guess the point of the commando is to sort of be, like, maybe like a jack of all trades, or kind of like a, you know, just kind of trash spotter and clearer, basically. You would never ever want to shoot a Scrake or a Flesh Pound because you don't have the means to really do any damage to them, basically. So I just pissed them off, basically. So it made your role, like, really I guess, like, kind of more defined what you would do. You're kind of a jack of all trade as the commando, basically, in a trash spotter, basically. But like once they added like the SCAR and like the AK, then it kind of made it where it's like, well, you're gonna use only commando guns, and now you have a little bit of leeway to you can shoot Skrakes with the SCAR. Like they do, you know, quite a bit of damage to them. I feel like this is gonna be another hard map. Yeah, the medic. Oh yeah, the MP7 is so bad. That thing is a BB gun, but it's a you use it for the syringe. You don't use it because it's good at shooting, basically. Yeah, well, it is so like damage is so lethal in this game. Let's try it again. So you can't go outside on the offices on this iteration of it. Like even clots just kill you so fast. Press use key. Yeah, I feel like the hit detection on the syringe always felt weird to me. Evidently we can use this elevator. Oh. I think it's just really slow. Cool. I don't think any other iteration of this map has an elevator. It takes you to the roof. Now, if I remember correctly, I think the roof might be actually the best area to hold on this map. I think they turned the elevator into a stairway on later versions as well. I think his logic for making damage more lethal also is to encourage you to use the syringe for more like cooperative play. Because that you can infinitely heal yourself based on a timer. It makes like, you know, damage is no longer like permanent during a round essentially. Like Quake 3, yeah, it kind of is Quake 3-ish. It's very like agro-industrial. I always really like this track. There's part up here has like there's movie samples in the song. They're not present in the retail version. Nope. Round over. Feast. We've still got these paintings here. Of the cloth kind of blowing in the wind here. Use the lever gun a little bit. It's the soundtrack same as Killing Floor 1.0. Yes, I don't think there's any new tracks in this version. I think it's just using the same tracks from the first mod version. I know Killing Floor 2.5, I think it also has the same number of maps, but I do remember there's a lot of community content for 2.5. The lever gun feels like it struggles to like headshot for some reason. Oh, the elevator's gone. Thanks for the follow. I'm in a bad spot here. Ah, oh my god, the stalkers. They're so lethal. I feel like the lever gun's kind of ass in this version, not gonna lie. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, so you can actually get to here and like buy stuff like right off the bat if you wanted to. I like the save round one though. Trying to find like all the weapon spawns. I feel like that's very important, knowing where stuff spawns. Oh, Fire X. Game solved. We win. The like in 1.0 melee seems to be very strong melee weapons. The hit stun is just really strong. Oh, we also got the pipe. We got both melee weapons. Don't like that the door opens outward. Melee on inclines feels more dangerous than it did in 1.0. I think they struggle to come up the stairs sometimes. Kill the bloat, or get his head off at least. There we go. I kind of like the pipe on the clots more than the axe because of the faster attack speed. Makes the hit stuns more consistent. Having to scroll through all the weapons sucks. Yeah, the melees are still good. They were very, very good in 1.0. They still seem to be very good here. And again, I think that's the thing I always slept on when I played Killing Floor mod, like growing up, was the I just like never. Oh, there's little wall rockets right there. I always slept on the melee weapons because I just always assumed like, why would you want to like? Why would you want to use like a melee weapon against zombies? That's like dangerous. You're gonna die doing that. And it's like, oh, because there's like insane hit stun on them. So I think the bullpup's actually pretty decent. At least early waves when it's just clots and stuff. Because it pops their heads so fast. Yeah, the fists were ass in the 1.0 version. Knife is definitely better. I feel like this has the same thing in Killing Floor Retail as well, where hitboxes on inclines like stairs is kind of whack as well. Oh yeah. I want to pop his head, but I don't want to kill him yet. I love this song. Like, there's no fade in and out. It just immediately stops. I think that's funny. Hand grenade. Give me that. I think the roof probably is, like, the stairs on the roof is the way to hold on this map. Sell the dual 9mm for the money. I want to try the hand cannon more. I haven't completely given up on the lever gun, but I'm getting the vibes the lever gun's not super good in this version. I feel like that thing should be like one-tapping heads or something, but it just doesn't. It feels like the bullpup breaks the heads better. Oh, there's an armor there. That is good. Give me that. There we go. Head pop, just like that. Like, head pop. And then melee, just like this, you get the whole big ground grouping. Oh, it's so good. A gameplay like this is really not too far off 1.0's kind of gameplay, I would say. In terms of, like, I would say what the effective weapons are. Like funnel them in the doorway and just melee them. Very similar to 1.0's kind of meta strat, I guess you could say. Yeah, oh my god. that is crazy strong. It's another lever gun there. I ain't got the space though. Kind of felt similar. I feel like the normal shotgun was a bit weak in 1.0 as well, too. Get some nades. Labubu 666 Doom. Thank you for the follow. There's a bunch of hand cannon ammos. Where are they at? Here we are. Like it's very strange. Like the high power accurate guns, like they don't feel like they take their heads off very consistently. But the bullpup does. Like that is not taking his head off. The bullpup is fairly consistent though. Let's go melee. I need to go melee or else I'm not gonna be living. Like I don't know, it's like the DPS of the guns and the downtime from reloading, it doesn't keep up, I feel like. Because melee, you can group them and just like kill them all fast. The hunting shotgun's the exception though. That thing shreds. The grenade has the same effect too, like in retail, where when you throw multiple, they kind of explode together. Interesting that little quirk carried over into retail. Like 3 shots to kill a claw with the hand cannon. You only get 7 rounds in a mag. That's like 2 kills per mag, essentially. And that's what I mean about, like, it just doesn't, like, DPS-wise, the guns do not keep up. Like, yeah, I love the offices level. This is the Horzine headquarters offices. So I think that version of the song's a little bit different than the 1.0 version too. I think all the music kind of went through like different iterations as well between versions. I've got a ton of money right now. Yeah, I feel like hand cannon doesn't really keep up. I feel like it's a little weak. How much? Let's get some armor. Let's get some ammo. Oh, I'm already good on ammo. The law's under range. It's 15. Okay, it takes like all your weight. I didn't really get to use the crossbow last time I died. I have a hand grenade. I want that armor, but it's too risky, I think, to get it. You're like, huh? Okay, it does take their head off, but it doesn't kill them. I wonder if the Expo penetrates. Does seem to, yes. It's like it'll take off their heads but not kill them. And like, wow, like I headshot them and like body shot them twice and still don't kill them. If you get them lined up, that's pretty good. Like the lineup though, that's quite strong actually. See, I feel like it should like, if you headshot them, it should like one tap them. Yeah, Expo's pretty good. Our fire axe there. Making a lot of money this time. Yeah, I always miss the movie quote in this song, like before, like the it's kind of like dropped in the song basically. I always like that part, and in the retail version, the quotes are gone. So I was like in my head, I always hear it, but it's not there in the retail version. Crossbow's definitely good. And we got some ammo. Nice. It's interesting how stuff on the map like spawns way more frequently, but it spawns specific ammo instead of like a kind of generic ammo box that will fill up all of your ammo. I think the ammo box change is probably a good one in retail. I don't think I can pick my... Oh, you can pick your arrows up. Okay. I assume they don't stay very long, though. It's like, oh, that sucks, man. Like, there's like no body shot damage, I guess. The view punch on the siren is crazy. Yeah, body shots are just ass on this thing. It's crazy how hard it is to see stalkers. Shopkeeper is a girl. I don't know if I'll make it to the shop. So I am injured and I have a long way to go. You are slow as hell in this. It's more raw ammo. So I'd like to get armor. I don't think I'm gonna make it in time. Yeah, there's no way. Let's just get to defensive location. Yeah, let's open the armor spawn there. Funnel him in the door. This is the best way to do it, is just get him in this doorway here. I know there's a stalker. Crawlies. Yeah, crawlers could survive body shots with a crossbow too. That's crazy. Oh my god, this sucks. Scrolling through the weapons is so rough, man. Yeah, I hate the weapon scrolling so much. Because I can't, like, decisively, like, pick which weapon I want. I have to, like, scroll, like, okay, pistol, hand cannon, bullpup, crossbow, oh, yeah, med tool. Like, I don't know. Let me see if... Seems like shield, like, maybe if I switch these, maybe? Now, let's try this. See if that works. Oh, okay, that does it. It just uses the default UT inputs. That's like 0, I think. Put this on like minus or something. So what is med syringe? Okay. It's on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Frag grenades, 6. Okay. Med syringe is 6. The grenades are like 5, but I don't think it's meant to be like a weapon you pull out. System shock 2-door? It might be, actually. Oh, there's a bit of like, yeah, you can see like a little bit of specular lighting type of thing going on here too, of like the floors as well. Has a kind of like reflectiveness. That's also new in this version. Because at one point everything was like diffuse layer basically. There was no like specular lighting or anything like that. You can see like a little fog layer right here. This is cool. Not using scroll wheel anymore. I have to get out of the habit of it. I remember that 6. I'm pretty sure the System Shock 2 doors. Like, now that you mention, like, I'm hearing it in my head. I'm pretty confident that's what they are. Here's how holding this room is. Now, it's kind of bad 'cause you got the 2 entry points here. But you have this up area you can hold too, which is like really strong at 1.0. They had a lot of struggle getting up there too. Ow, my holy, they do so much. What? Okay, they can hit me on inclines too. That's kind of lame. I just went from like 100 to 0 instantly. The stalkers are so dangerous in this version. I even had armor. Seems like a weapon always spawns here. I'm already full on that, I guess. His head popped off like a second later, what the hell? Getting raided. Oh, Gurren, thank you for the raid. We are still playing Killing Floor 2.0. Killing Floor Mod 2.0. Which is different in a lot of ways from the 1.0 version, but also similar. Die. I hope your stream went well. Oops, I accidentally hit cancel. Buttons are too close together. Hit the axe. Did I actually throw a grenade? So you see it's vastly different tone every time. Yeah, like Killing Floor went through like a lot of iteration between versions. I figured out what my weight limit is. I assume it's 15? Oh yeah, left clicks it only consumes half. So it's basically the same as retail killing floor with the syringe. What were you playing today? Were you still playing oh, I think last time I saw you were playing Hotline Miami. There's a Hotline Miami 2. This guy's head, there we go. Jump for the stalker. Yeah, Axe is so good in this. Got someone come behind. Grenades feel pretty inconsistent if they like kill enemies or not. Like, I'm really paranoid of stalkers in this. Speaking of which, there comes one right now. So they're so hard to see and they like kill you very, very fast. Yeah, thanks for giving them the shout out. You hate it. I hear a lot of people that like Hotline Miami 1 for some reason don't like 2, and I don't know what it is exactly about it that people don't like as much. I only ever played the first one. So definitely hunting shotgun, I would say, is meta in this again. I'd say crossbow has high potential in this as well, but it's a little inconsistent to use. I'd say bullpup is an okay tier in this, but not amazing. Melee, I'd say both the bat and the fire axe are really good in this version. Winchester seems very mid to bad in this version. I'm also basing a lot of this on playing solo as well. I imagine that in multiplayer play, the dynamics of these weapons will probably change pretty significantly as well. It's level design of 2. It's got absurd sight lines all over the place, and it's needlessly long. Like the game's like lengthened too long, or the levels are too long. And sometimes the grenades just like absolutely decimate enemies, and sometimes it kind of doesn't do anything. It's weird. I almost wonder if it has like the weird kind of like shrapnel system like in retail killing floor. It makes it kind of inconsistent. Levels are too long. Okay. And stalkers, they get in, they get that little sneaky hit on you. The stalkers are still very fast in this version too, where they, when they get to you and uncloak, they attack very fast. It's hard to avoid their hit. No more map health kits to pick up anymore, unfortunately. The OG. We're at the yeah, the 2.0 version of Killing Floor, so we're the one version beyond the OG, but yeah, I actually don't know which version of OG Killing Floor is my favorite of the mods. I feel like probably 2.5 might be. 2.5 is definitely the most refined of them, but 1.0's aesthetics are so fucking cool. Like, I love 1.0 Killing Floor's aesthetics. You know, it's like pretty janky and buggy. I feel like it has like the vibes. I don't know. It's really hard to pick my favorite version of Killing Floor. So I want to just buy the hunting shotgun because it's just so fucking good in this version. But I also want to use the law, but you can't use a law in an axe at the same time. So I also want to use it just to like test it, basically. I don't know. Hunting shotgun's just the safe bet. Oops, goddammit. Q is throw a grenade. Q is not self-heal. I'm surprised that's still on the ground there. And the hunting shotgun feels like the only gun, and maybe the crossbow, in the right circumstance, that can like keep up with like killing enemies, basically, compared to melee. Yeah, hunting shotgun is so good. It's a lot of KF dev lore. Yeah, I'd say it's relatively obscure until like it you know, sold on Steam as like a retail game. Oh my god, I hate that bug, I hate that bug, I hate that bug. I stepped on a physics object prop, which will sometimes just rotate your camera like 90 degrees. So I touched the filing cabinet and immediately rotated 90 degrees and fired my freaking hunting shotgun at the wall, basically. It's like some weird physics thing with Unreal 2.5 at the time. You move so slow when you're low health. Like, even like 60, 70% health, like, I move really slow. Yes, hunting shotgun is still, like, great in this version, it seems. Did they, like, spawn behind me? I hate how tanky the Gorafasts are. Freaking physics prop, man. Yeah, and they can get like sneaky little hits on you. You can't like, in 1.0, as long as you're moving, they basically don't hit you. I think what happened, I think they spawned behind me or something whenever I was shooting the stalkers guy. Didn't, oh, we got a crash. That's our first crash. I didn't hear their footsteps. They just kind of appeared on behind me. So that's the thing they do in even Killing Floor 1 and 2 retail versions. They can just sometimes just straight up just spawn right behind you where you're not looking. It's definitely like offices and Biotics Labs are definitely harder maps because you don't have like open spaces. It's very claustrophobic. And basically, it feels like if you're not at full HP, you basically move slower, and even if you're moving, you will still get hit, basically, if a zombie is, like, approaching you. If you're full health, I think you can move and not get hit, but the moment you, like, lose max HP, you move a little bit slower. Can you do it in KF1 only around corners? Okay. If I was like I know it's like a sightline thing. I might be thinking of Killing Floor 2, where like they would just straight up like spawn behind you, or like pre-existing living Zeds would just kind of spawn right behind you and teleport behind you. Which I think is kind of dumb, because I feel like there should be at least like some semblance of like continuity of like where an enemy is. Like if you check a corner and something's not there, you shouldn't look away and then it just immediately be there. They might have changed it in Killing Floor 2 at some point, but I do know like at one point it was like that, where they would literally like keep like respawning the same enemy like behind you, basically, where you're not looking, to try to like combat people like hiding them around the maps, basically. Getting a hiccup there. Oh god, is this hard crashing again? Yeah, just got like a hard lock up. Oh, and we're back. Oh, what happened? Yeah, I like Killing Floor 2 enough, but I feel like it's a over time I've come to like. Actually, I don't know. I feel like at launch I liked Killing Floor 2. I didn't like it as much as 1, and then I started to resent Killing Floor 2 more over time. And then I kind of came around back to it again, where I'm like, actually, you know, Killing Floor 2 is pretty fun, basically, but I still think I prefer 1. There's a lot I do like about Killing Floor 2. Had like a complex, I guess, development with Killing Floor 2. They also got changes straight up giving you the knife in this version also. The fists are really bad in 1.0, but you could buy the knife. But the knife was like a marginal upgrade over the fists. So I think just switching to just having the knife straight up was a good change. Getting super guilty of this is MechWarrior 5. Tanks with someone behind you when you turn away and just hit your most vulnerable spot. Yeah, it's a thing where it's like there needs to be some sort of like continuity between like locations of enemies. Like if an enemy's going to spawn behind me, it needs to be in a very believable way why they're spawning behind me. Like if you spawn in an area that's like out of reach and around a corner where like I can't even see what's entering and exiting that location, I think that's fine. If it's like completely out of sight. Like in the instance of this mod here, in this version, like you can't go down that corridor on the left. It's literally impossible to go down that corridor. But they'll spawn enemies down that corridor. To me, that's believable, basically. But when it's something like I look in the room here and it's clear, and then I walk here, and then now there's suddenly an enemy like around this corner, it's like that's too unbelievable to me, because I just checked it. There's nothing there. I always feel like if headshots have some sort of strange dice roll mechanic to them, where when you shoot something in the head, it like rolls a dice to figure out if it's a like critical hit or not, and then like pop their head. Kind of like almost like Resident Evil 4 type of system. Because I will shoot an enemy in the head sometimes, and it'll be like instantly their head's gone, and sometimes it's like I shoot them like 5 times before their head's gone. And I don't really feel any way of like consistently figuring out when it works or not. So I almost feel like it's like an RE4 like critical headshot or something system. I love grouping them immediately. It feels really good. In Cyberpunk, the older build, they didn't have working cop cars. They just teleport behind. Yeah, like I hate shit like that. Bat. Like that's called bat still. There's some truth to that. I don't know if it's placebo. I could pop heads KF1 if I shoot the draw, but can't do it basically anywhere else. Yeah, like I feel like at Killing Floor 1, there's a similar like weirdness of headshots where they feel inconsistent if it pops their heads or not. I almost feel like it's RE4 criticals. This conga line of stalkers. You can headshot with the melee too. Kind of hard to hit, but you can. The hitbox on the melee is very wide too, which is nice. Yeah, conga line was pretty funny. Is that another lever gun? And then it became a hand cannon. Pretty epic. The welding doors is pretty good to like group enemies up. You can use them kind of strategically in that way, which is cool. Get them to group up and then nade them, or hunting shotgun them. It's a cool distraction in general. Oh yeah, look at that group. Look at that group. Another nade here. The hand cannon's good when you soften them up, then it one-taps them. You can hear the footsteps of the stalkers. That's like the way to really catch them off guard. Hitting headshots and killing player 1 is that the head hitbox moves somewhere you're not expecting, depending on the situation. Example being they walk out of a ramp surface or they take damage to something else. Yeah, I know that's like a thing that like people get mad for good reason, is like stuff like I think like firebugs or like demolitionists just like shooting at like Skrakes and like making them like, it makes them like panic or something, I think, when they're on fire, and it makes it really hard for like the sharpshooter to land their crossbow hit. There's like little mechanics in the game kind of like that. So it's not random, there's just a lot of variables involved, basically. It's hard to tell here, it almost feels random in this, to me. I get some grenades too. Grenades are actually pretty good. There's a grenade right there. Yeah, the commandos that empty the, like they mag dump the bullpup into the flesh pound or the Skrake. Like just enough damage to hit their raging threshold. That's like the worst. Save my time on this one. Yeah, I preferred when every perk was like way more defined, basically, with like you have like a little bit of leeway and like, you know, a little bit of like loadout variety and stuff, but like I like when Commando like didn't have the scar to be able to like handle Skrakes in like a bad situation, basically. I like when it's like, no, if you're Commando, like you're shooting crawlers and you're shooting clots and you're shooting stalkers. That is your job. Like you're not like distracting yourself shooting at the Skrake or the flesh pound to like finish them off. It's like, no, even when the flesh pound's active, you're not shooting at them. You're shooting at the crawlers and stuff that are trying to jump on the they're trying to jump on the sharpshooter. Like I like that more. It's like when the Commando, like when all he had was the bullpup, it's like you had no reason to ever shoot a Skrake or a flesh pound because you just didn't have a gun that was really, you know, good enough to do it, basically. Or they gave like the M14 to the sharpshooter. Now the M14 is shooting trash. There's so... I remember the M14 when they first had it, that thing was so spammy. You play sharpshooter and just like spam, just shoot like everything in the match. Yeah, it's a perfectly valid role. I feel like it's a thing that gives the game kind of like, you know, a class differentiation, basically, or role differentiation. EBR used to be able to headshot flesh pounders like 2 shots. And I forgot now if your main sharpshooter was a designated crossbowman. Yeah, before the EBR, it was like the sharpshooter was lever action crossbow guy basically, and then they like added the EBR, and that thing was disgusting when they first added it. It's like I really want to try the law, but I feel like you can't really use it without having like a melee backup or like someone covering you. Like I'm curious, can I carry a bat and a law? Oh, you can. Okay. Curious. All right, let's armor up. Oops, accidentally canceled. All right, so you can at least have a bat. There's like slot. I have like one little slot. Maybe you'll use like dual 9mm or something like that. Hard to say. So law was actually really good in 1.0 as well. I actually felt like it was like a top tier weapon. Yeah, the dual flare. Yeah, those things are like disgusting as well too. But they are also like they added those a bit after, like when I was really playing the game as much. So I don't really remember them too much aside from a little bit I've been playing recently. Okay, you don't have to aim with the law to shoot it. So it's kind of similar to its 1.0 variant. Oh yeah, I remember the crawler hats. That shit is so annoying. The crawler, they jump on your head. It is so dumb. They get on your head and then you have to like aim up and hit them and they just like smack you. Yeah, that was a bug that was in this, I remember. Okay, that was not a really great run of the law, but I didn't even really get to use it. They just like kicked me out, weird. I'll do West London again, because I didn't actually finish it. Commando still can't really do Scrake or FP, take on hell on earth unless you have some super convoluted shit that never works out in an actual game. I know you can't really like solo them, but you can kind of like you can kind of finish them off at least. Like if there's like a Scrake that's already like half killed by someone else, and you have like both your guns, like your Scar and your like AKs like ready to go, you can like dump into their head and like finish them off. I remember like when it was only the bullpup, like you wouldn't even like bother to shoot them unless they were just like less than a quarter HP. This map feels like this alleyway is the best area to hold. Like that's like I don't know if I'm hitting their head hitboxes or not. But it's like it feels random when the heads pop. The commander's just like stalker crawler plot. You need gore fast too. If you headshot gore fast, you can actually kill them pretty fast too. Is there? Feels like there's more enemies this round than I'm used to. Be a static weapon up here. Might be too risky to get it right now. No, this is the 2.0 version of the Killing Floor mod. And bullets are huge. They're very tall. They're pretty tanky too. Yeah, the Killing Floor 3, like what I've seen, the Killing Floor 3 designs, I don't like. So like, there's like hawks flying above. That's so cool. Like, there's so much detail like in these maps. Like, for like a one-man project, it is really well detailed. It's like birds flying around and stuff. It's crazy. They don't have red and green rooms of this. The Biotics Lab does have some red rooms still. Move a bit toward the trader. I want to go to the police station just to, like, look at it as well. I'm afraid of getting, like, stuck in there, though. There's an armor over here. That's like, I haven't, like, fully explored the maps in that sense. I feel like we're not getting the complete experience if we're not at least, you know, investigating the maps. It's probably not a great place to hold up, at least not solo. Because as I've learned that any claustrophobic areas just like suck to be in this version. Yeah, this is a pretty similar layout to the retail version. Yeah, it's like almost identical, actually. It's actually like bright down here. In the retail version, it's so dark down here. Makes it a terrible place to hold in the retail version. Yeah, that's what will happen. You'll random scream when you go down there. Yeah, parking garage is popular because people would weld that door right there. You could weld the fence, and you could just shoot them like through it, basically. It's kind of a cheesy spot. I don't know if you can still do that, but I remember people doing that when I played. Like now I'm like struggling with like getting headshots on the bullpup. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the coins are just not flipping right today. So I was like saying, I was kind of like started to defend the bullpup as like being like, actually it's a pretty decent headshot machine. But now it doesn't feel like it's popping their heads anymore. It's armor at, still got quite a bit. Give the bullpup one more round. I want to give the law like a solid like attempt. Hear him coming that way. I see him now. Pops the bloat's heads fast. And now the headshots are rolling in again, feels like. Kind of feel like if I start moving, the accuracy gets worse also. Has some sort of like movement penalty. Keep putting hand cannons here. I think I have enough to get a law now. That's all my other stuff. No, I'll probably do 2.5 tomorrow. Like, I could start 2.5 today, but I think it'd be better to just split it up. Plus, I'd want to, like, you know, test it and whatnot before stream, make sure it works, not go through the troubleshooting stuff. Alright, law time. Alright, it has, like, the 1.0 similarity where it kicks before the rocket comes out, at least it feels like that. You also don't have a sight for this thing, so you just gotta kind of hope you know where to aim it. Doesn't feel like that's where I was aiming it. But the law was pretty damn good at 1.0. Yeah, my project's almost done. It's a little like project I'm working on this past week. Cute. The grenade time is so long. Like, I can use a pipe with it at least. If it was just a law and knife, that would be so bad. So I just defuse the grenade. It's how long it takes for them to pull it out and like throw it. I got you. I'm gonna press Q now. Like, that takes so long. You actually can. I think you can do the double like grenade stack or the pile of grenade stack. It seems to still occur in this version. It's interesting how there's a lot of like little game functionality things that just like carried all the way over to retail. Yeah, the grenades take forever to throw. You have to like, you gotta like really plan ahead of throwing them. It's hard to panic fire them basically. Oh, wall rockets. Hell yeah. This armor there's gonna despawn, unfortunately. Gore fast. Takes a law rocket to the face. Oh, does it have like a detonation time or something? I think my shot just went like wild or something. Not very good blast radius, it seems like. Or at least the blast damage is not very strong on the law. Seems like more of a direct impact weapon. Oh, we're getting another raid. There it is. Oh, Flaria, thank you for the raid. You're playing Killing Floor mod still. Killing Floor 2.0 mod from 2006. It's going pretty good. It's very, it's like very, what's the word? It's like a learning experience, basically, because I'm going back to... I used to play this a lot when I was younger, but it's been, like, so long since I've, like, revisited it. And there's a lot of changes between all the versions of Killing Floor. This is the second version, which has, like, a lot of... Like, immediately, like, just a lot of shit just changes between them. But I would say, like, this one's, like, a lot... In a lot of ways closer to the retail version than I expected. It's still very fun to play. Here we go. I get that group there. That's like a pretty tight blast radius, but it does do a lot of damage within that tight blast radius. Crawlers are a real problem. They're pretty wacky in this version. They're pretty tanky too. And good luck headshotting that enemy. Get these weird little hang-ups sometimes. Wave 7. You're saying that only the flesh pounds, the flesh pounds only show up at wave 10 in this version. Definitely expensive to load up. Grenade disappeared. It takes so long to prep a grenade. I need to move because I can't shoot my wall at the siren. She's gonna blow me up. Beeling is dangerous. You can kind of do the jump, the jump shot still. They're sneaking up on me. The crawlers are so annoying. Here's sirens dying randomly. Blew up all the furniture. Holy crap. Yeah, the sirens make me paranoid because I feel like I'm going to like blow myself up with the law now. Yeah, I think 20 is the weight limit as well. Die. Oh, we're on Flesh Pound wave. Oh, wave 9. Interesting. So there must be a little bit of randomization. Wow, 2 Law Rockets does not kill the Flesh Pound. Takes 3 Law Rockets. Wow. It's really hard to know where to aim because I feel like it recoils before the projectile comes out. Yeah, you can do the double grenade, which is very cool. Oh my god, that's so ass. Like 2 Law Rockets does not kill a Flesh Pound. Yeah, not being able to aim it sucks. Oh, he does like a little run now. I think hunting shotgun is the way to go still, in terms of like meta weapons or whatever. Yeah. Alright, well, it kind of sucks, I want to say. Military surplus store, yeah. You can't aim the Law Rocket, like... It's like, I don't know where it's going to land. It feels like it has a little bit of shot deviation. It feels like it recoils before the projectile comes out, too. And it takes 3 rockets to kill a Flesh Pound as well. That is pretty bad, considering you only get 10 rockets. So that means you basically get to kill 3 Flesh Pounds, and that's it. Yeah. That's pretty not good. The law feels like it's better at, like, just shooting groups, basically, in this version. And I was pretty hyped for its effect on the Flesh Pounds. I was like, it's gonna be like a one-shot on Flesh Pounds or something, but it doesn't seem like it is in this version. I'm gonna assume there's no like damage sort of specialization in this version, where it's kind of like Flesh Pounds take extra damage against rockets or explosives and whatnot. I think that's probably something that came in later versions. I think we're kind of like Killing Floor 1, where the meta seems to be like hunting shotgun Hunting shotgun and axe, basically. I'm also not covering the, there's fan patches also for this. I don't think I'm going to really get into that much, but both 2.0 and 2.5 had fan patches. There was a 2.11 patch, which came out, like, I think, maybe like 6 months or so after the 2.0 update that had some, like, quality of life changes and stuff like that, but I'm just covering the official releases. There's a 2.11 update. And then there's, for 2.5, they had a 2.51 and a 2.52 update. There were fan updates, and part of those were based on, I think, some of the unfinished assets that he had worked on for, like, a, you know, there was going to be an official 2.51 update, but it didn't actually come out because the game went retail at that point. Yeah, if I get into, like, yeah, like the fan patch stuff, then it's like, you know, you're not getting, like, a pure kind of, like, comparison of, like, the actual, like, releases, basically. Oh, I thought these were the... Okay. I thought those were the last few Zeds. God damn it. I wasn't keeping track of how many were left. Soja definitely has, like, I want to say, like, inconsistency with its weapons. At least with the headshots. The headshot feels very, kind of like first pass, basically. They're very inconsistent. Yeah, it's kind of same story as 1.0. It's basically the hunting shotgun and the axe. Super shotgun is basically the best. But I do feel like the addition of the sirens was a good change because now you have this kind of dynamic where the hunting shotgun's range is so short that you have to put yourself in danger to attack the siren, basically. Which then allows you to have, like, multiple roles where there's some people who can, you know, play the more, like, range role where you have someone prioritizing shooting the sirens, and, you know, that kind of system is kind of like, I feel like it's in its infancy in this version, but it's like, it's there, basically. They're starting to kind of define the roles a bit between players. Sirens disable explodes 2.0. I think they do. I haven't tested because I've always been afraid to, like, try because I feel like I'm going to blow myself up. Because I know one version, I don't know if it's this one or if it's 2.5, these sirens will detonate grenades and rockets. Like, not make them disappear, it literally detonates, and they will explode and you will die, basically. It's really brutal, and I remember playing this back in the day and having complete, like, party wipes from someone throwing a grenade at a siren, basically. It's just like everyone fucking dies. I think I like the change, making it where they just, it poofs them instead of detonating them. I appreciate the hardcore element to it, though. I think it's kind of interesting but it makes them so dangerous. Yeah, it's the same mechanic. It's like crazy. You can be like backpedaling and shooting the stalkers, and they can just walk up to you and hit you. That's how much harder it is to like not take damage in this version. You're in this kind of like uphill battle. Especially if you take just a little bit of damage, you like lose that movement speed. Where's my bullpup? I already have the weapon, but there we go. I want to drop it. Pick up. Fresh one. There we go. Yeah, as soon as you hit like 90, 80% HP, somewhere in that threshold, you start moving really slow. Movement speed's just really slow in general in this version. First few waves, like I can kind of make do with like a little bit of ammo, and grenades are really good in this version too. Stalker just walk up slowly and smash me. I think she jumped on like a trash can or something, kind of like hit me from above. Melee grouping still feels so good in this, though. It definitely feels like there is, like, you can hit their head hitboxes with melee. I just haven't... See, I hit him there. I feel like I gotta aim, like, a bit higher. Yeah, you just get scratched, like one little scratch, and now you're just, oh, I just can't take the damage. Alright, let's go hunting shotgun, because there's nothing better. Nothing better than the hunting shotgun and the axe, basically. I'm actually really liking the pipe, though. I feel like it's actually a lot better than the bat version of it from 1.0. Like, the extra, like, attack speed's really nice. It's a lot... I feel like it's a lot easier, like, simpler to use than the axe. I think the axe is definitely better as a weapon in terms of its, like, damage output, and it takes a little bit more finesse to use the axe, I would say. A little bit more timing and setup and whatnot, but the pipe is definitely really fun as well. I feel like the pipe, like, stun locks better. Got a fat bastard there. Let me heal because I have like 5 HP missing. Awesome. Just like sped run that round. Yeah, I do miss the 1.0 look. That is like... It's so like unique looking at 1.0, and it just feels really like... It has this like hellish kind of feel to it that I really miss. Very, very grungy. It's cool when you get the 2.5 version after this. It's kind of like a compromise where it kind of brings back a bit of that grungy edge to it. It's still not on the level of 1.0, but it definitely has a bit of that nasty kind of feel to it. I killed everything except the Gorefast when I actually want to kill. Unless you split them like in half, it's kind of crazy. Good pairing here, just like a 1.0, because you can animation cancel the reload on the hunting shotgun, switch to your melee. Very good pairing weapon. Definitely risky. Again, like wheeling on stairs. Nice. Gorehas have explosive resistance. I actually don't know about that. I think that's true in retail, maybe? I don't know about how damage works in this version. I don't know if that's stuff that came later. I think in 2.5, it had, I know like the flesh ones have like the damage vulnerability, I think, in the 2.5 version, but I don't know if that's present in this version or not. That goes half my armor. Like, stalkers can just walk up and hit you, basically. Yeah, I'm getting pretty hungry. I need to cook those pork chops. I might finish this wave and then call it. Haven't been able to consistently win in 2.0. It's definitely harder in 1.0, which I think is cool. I like the difficulty. Not super easy to solve it. You kill that siren down there. Just blew her away. Hehe. Struggle to eat those. Well, I need to cook them, else they're gonna go bad. So I have the song just cutting out abruptly. Got a lot of money. Very expensive ammo. There's some hard-boiled eggs in the fridge too. Maybe you should eat those. It's like a big bag of them. Oh god, it's crawlers. That's a lot of crawlers. Not sure what hit me. Die, crawler. Where'd you come? What? They're coming from upstairs? They've never done this. The amount of rounds I've been through, they've never come from upstairs. What the hell? She has no head now. Ow, that hurts. What the hell? She has no head, but apparently she can do something to me. She's hitting me with something. Hey, Faultier, how's it going? It's a bad place to end the round, because when you're injured, you move so freaking slow, man. It's like I literally can't make it to the, like, even after 2 heals, I am still slow. You don't have enough time to make it to the wave. I don't know. I bought something. Still, like 3 heals, I'm not full health still. That sucks. Okay, now I'm full health. So I don't know what decided that they started coming from upstairs. Now it's gonna be paranoid. I got the stalker blocked my grenade. Ooh, that was scary. That hurts pretty bad. I got 3 sirens. The elevator's here. Alright, that might be my savior. See you later. I'm out of hunting shotgun shells, so I didn't get a chance to get to the shop. I hear them dying. Okay. Elevator saved the day there. Alright, we're now good on ammo and grenades. Got 9 grenades, nice. Pull 48 hours at work once during a stressful deploy. Like, you had to work like 48 hours straight? That's insane. Is that even legal? I don't think that should be legal. It's only 25 enemies this wave. I feel like there's a bit of randomization of like what spawns and how many in this version. Oop, flesh pounds. Okay. Luckily they don't rage in this version. Two shots. That's a bit of grenade damage too though, I think. Nice. What if I can carry, like, a hand cannon or something? Hand cannon would be good, I think, to have as a backup to shoot, like, the sirens with. If I can't range them, because the dual 9mm just don't really do it. Only 2 weight, though. Nope, you can't do it. If I had, maybe the pipe instead, it might be doable. Hard to say. Axe and hunting shotgun works pretty well across the board. Alright, wave 10. He does. Oh, they came from upstairs again. God damn it! I'm screwed. Maybe. I'm so slow. Oh my god. How am I alive? Fuck you, crawler. I love their ballerina spin. Okay. Oh, there's the stalker there. I don't have the range. Yeah, damn it. The pistol sucks so bad. That's what I need like a hand cannon for. Yeah, almost had it. Alright. Yeah, Killing Floor 2 is fucking hard. Or Killing Floor 2.0. I got really unlucky with the top spawn though. I don't know what like makes them spawn upstairs. There must be some specific spot you stand at that causes them to spawn behind you upstairs. That's what kind of fucked me over there though. Oh, and we even got a crash. Nice. That's crash number 2. Oh, that's whatever. Yeah, there's very likely a very specific area you stand, and then that will cause the enemies to spawn behind you upstairs, but I don't know where it is, because I feel like I would hold the same spot, basically, and then like a group would come from upstairs, and sometimes they don't. But tomorrow we'll do 2.5, which was the last official iteration of Killing Floor mod. Then it's just like fan patches from that point on. But that's what we'll do tomorrow, 2.5. I'm going to get that working probably tonight, make sure it doesn't have any critical errors, which I assume if I could run 1.0, 2.0, I don't think 2.5 would have any issues. So that'll be cool. Alrighty, let's find someone to raid. So I think AV Fusion. Alright, who's life right now? Need to make some food. Love Knife's playing Sonic. Raid Love Knife. I was supposed to collab with him yesterday. Every Sonic game ever made. Is he playing the best Sonic game? Is that 2006? Alright. Good night, everyone. Hope you guys have a good rest of the night. We'll see you tomorrow for Killing Floor 2.5, the final iteration. Alright. Peace. We'll see you later.